Svadhisana. The Sanskrit term sva signifies one's own, while adhisthana refers to a dwelling place or residence. Even though Muladhara holds a significant position within the chakra system, Svadhisthana, situated in close proximity to Muladhara, also plays a pivotal role in the awakening of Kundalini Shakti within Muladhara. Historically, it is suggested that the Kundalini's locus was Svadhisthana. However, due to a subsequent descent, Maha Kundalini eventually settled in Muladhara. The anatomical site of Svadhisthana is associated with the reproductive and urinary systems in the physical body, and it has a physiological connection to the prostatic or uterovaginal nerve plexus. Svadhisthana is positioned at the base of the spinal column, specifically at the level of the coccyx or tailbone. This location corresponds to a small bony protrusion that can be palpated just above the anus. Notably, this anatomical feature is in close proximity to the Muladhara chakra in both male and female individuals. Svadhisthana kshetram is situated at the front of the body, aligning with the level of the pubic bone. In traditional symbolism, the Svadhisthana chakra is often associated with the color black, signifying its connection to primary ignorance. However, it is conventionally represented as a six-petaled lotus in vermilion or orange-red hues. Each petal features a letter Bam, Bham, Mam, Yam, Ram, and Lam inscribed in the color of lightning. This chakra elemental representation is water, depicted by a white crescent moon within the lotus pericarp. The crescent moon is created by two circles, giving rise to two additional yantras. The larger one has outward-facing petals and symbolizes the conscious dimension of existence. Within the crescent moon, there is a smaller, similarly petaled circle with inward-facing petals, representing the unconscious dimension and the reservoir of formless karma. These two yantras are separated by a white crocodile with the crescent moon, symbolizing the hidden movement of karmas. Seated on the crocodile is the bija mantra Vam, which is pure and white. Within the bindu of the mantra, the deities Vishnu and Rakini reside. Vishnu, adorned with 4 arms, radiates a luminous blue color and wears yellow attire. Rakini is the color of a blue lotus and is adorned with celestial clothing and ornaments. She holds various weapons in her uplifted arms and exudes an elevated state of mind. Rakini is considered the goddess of the vegetable kingdom, and due to the close association of Svadhisthana chakra with the vegetable world, adhering to a vegetarian diet is deemed an important practice for awakening this chakra. The Svadhisthana sloka, or realm, is Bhuva, the intermediate plane of spiritual awareness. The Tanmantra, or sense, linked to this chakra is taste. The Jnanendriyas, or senses of knowledge, are related to the tongue, while the Karmendriya, the sense of action, pertains to the sexual organs, kidneys, and urinary system. The principal Vayu, wind, associated with Svadhisthana is Apana, which circulates throughout the body. Svadhisthana, along with Manipura, serves as the seat of Pranayama Kosha. It is believed that one who meditates on Kundalini within the Svadhisthana chakra can swiftly overcome internal adversaries like lust, anger, and greed. Their words flow like nectar in both prose and verse, and they become a radiant source of knowledge, dispelling the darkness of ignorance, akin to the sun. Svadhisthana is considered the foundational realm of individual human existence, akin to the unconscious mind counterpart in the brain and the repository of mental impressions or samskaras. This chakra is often associated with all the karmas, past lives, previous experiences, and the profound facets of the human personality that remain concealed within the unconscious. It is here that the roots of individual being delve, giving rise to numerous instinctive impulses that bubble up from the depth of the unconscious. Within the realm of Tantra, there exists the concept of the animal and its master. In Sanskrit, Pashu signifies an animal and Pati signifies a master. Pashupati refers to the master or controller of all animal instincts and is one of Lord Shiva's epithets. This concept is closely tied to Svadhisthana chakra, denoting the total unconscious. It exercises absolute control over the Muladhara chakra and the animalistic tendencies during the initial stages of human evolution. The unconscious dimension of Svadhisthana should not be misconstrued as inactive or dormant. It is, in fact, a dynamic and potent process surpassing normal consciousness. When Shakti enters the Svadhisthana chakra, it leads to an overwhelming experience of this unconscious state. Unlike the Muladhara, which outwardly manifests unconscious content as anger, greed, jealousy, passion, love, hatred, and more, Svadhisthana remains devoid of conscious activity or manifestation. It is referred to as Hiranyagarbha, the universal womb, where everything exists in a latent state. According to Rig Veda, in the beginning of creation there was Hiranyagarbha. Then came all the living beings, all the beings that exist, and he was the protector of all. In the collective unconscious, samskaras and karmas exist in a seed state, shaping our present consciousness, behavior, attitudes, and reactions based on past experiences, even those forgotten consciously. According to Tantra, every perception, experience, and association is registered in the unconscious mind. Whether it's a significant event like a heated argument or a fleeting encounter with someone, all these experiences are automatically recorded, shaping the total unconscious. In the practice of Kundalini Yoga, Svadhisthana is often viewed as an impediment because the karmas entrenched in the unconscious hinder the ascent of Kundalini. Following the initial awakening, Kundalini frequently returns to a dormant state, primarily due to the karmic blockage in Svadhisthana. These karmas are challenging to analyze as they lack specific form but wield great influence. They are akin to matter in a tank that has transformed over time, where the collective karma of the unconscious exists as a potent force or form. Consequently, the awakening of Svadhisthana presents numerous challenges for practitioners. When this chakra begins to awaken and unleash its contents, the aspirant may experience confusion and disturbance due to the activation of unconscious material that defies comprehension in a disturbed mental state. While embarking on this stage of awakening may invoke apprehension, it remains a necessary step in one's spiritual evolution. Having a competent guru or spiritual guide who understands the nuances of this realm can enable the practitioner to navigate Svadhisthana safely and without complications. Svadhisana, the dwelling place of Kundalini, serves as the final frontier for shedding the last remnants of karma. During this phase, negative samskaras surface and are expelled. It's a time when emotions like anger, fear, sexual fantasies, and passion can run rampant. Lethargy, indolence, depression, and various tamasic qualities may also dominate. The urge to procrastinate is powerful, and the overwhelming desire is to seek refuge in sleep. This stage is often referred to as purgatory, and is a stage that many great saints and spiritual figures have grappled with, encountering significant inner turmoil and temptations. An illustrative example is the experience of Lord Buddha beneath the Bodhi tree, awaiting enlightenment. He was visited by Mara, a demonical mythological force analogous to the biblical Satan. Just as Satan tempts, Mara entices. Mara isn't an external entity, but rather an internal force residing deep within the human personality, capable of weaving illusions. In Buddhist tradition, Mara is symbolized as a massive snake, a grotesque figure with sharp teeth and a horrifying countenance, or even as beautiful naked women, enticing aspirants engrossed in their spiritual practice. These are mythological symbols, but they represent genuine inner challenges. Only those with fearlessness and unwavering willpower can overcome these temptations. Nearly every great person and saint has had to confront this particular experience, which can be seen as the ultimate eruption of the seed of life. It appears that the seed of the cycle of birth and rebirth is located in the Svadhisana chakra. While most individuals encounter difficulties while passing through Svadhisana, those who possess the grace of a guru, unyielding willpower, sincerity in their spiritual pursuits, a clear sense of their goals, and an understanding of the purgatorial experiences can effectively face and overcome these challenges. Any wavering in resolve can cause Kundalini to revert to the Muladhara, making genuine awakening more arduous. Therefore, in the initial stages of spiritual practice and awakening, one must cultivate a profound sense of vairagya, or detachment. This detachment should not be merely intellectual but should result from a thorough analysis of life circumstances. The sadhaka should contemplate the endless nature of life's pleasures. Can desires ever truly be satisfied? Even as the body ages and can no longer indulge in physical pleasures, the mind often continues to crave them. By understanding that desires are insatiable across one lifetime or even thousands of lifetimes, the passage of Kundalini through Svadhisthana can be navigated safely and relatively swiftly, progressing to the Manipura chakra. Without this understanding, Svadhisthana can become an impenetrable barrier, and only a rare few may successfully transcend it. While many individuals may awaken Kundalini, crossing the border of Svadhisthana is a distinct challenge that requires the equivalent of a spiritual visa. When an aspirant no longer experiences any form of sexual desire and has transcended personal attractions, it signifies that Kundalini has moved beyond the Svadhisthana chakra. However, when addressing the subject of sexuality, it's crucial to have a comprehensive understanding. The absence of current sexual awareness doesn't necessarily mean that desires have been completely extinguished. They may be in a suppressed state. This automatic suppression process is inherent in the human mind. Indian rishis have emphasized that sexual awareness and desires can manifest at any stage of spiritual evolution. They are most vivid and overt when one is in Svadhisthana, filled with continual fantasies. However, it's important to recognize that sexual awareness never truly disappears because it is fueled by the primal energy, which persists throughout. Sex is merely an expression of this energy and can manifest at any stage of one's spiritual journey. It's a mistake to assume that one has completely transcended it, even in the highest states of consciousness. The difference lies in the disturbed state of sexual awareness in Svadhisana versus its seed-like form in higher evolutionary centers. Ultimately, form of devotion, love, and union are all refined expressions of sexual energy. Energy assumes different names at various levels. At its loftiest, it's termed spiritual experience. At the emotional level, it's love. At the physical level, it's sex. And at the lowest level, it's ignorance, avidya. When discussing sex, it's essential to understand that it represents a specific configuration of energy. Just as curd, butter, and cheese are distinct forms of milk, energy can manifest differently. Matter is the densest expression of energy, and in its ultimate state, matter is energy. A thought is an object, and an object is a thought. This body is consciousness, and consciousness has taken on the form of this body. Similarly, sexual awareness must be re-evaluated and redefined in this context.